We're going now to Central America, and we're going to the country of Guatemala. Guatemala ABCs is the book we're going to read today. This book is written by Marcie Aboff. Marcie Aboff. Aboff went and did this awesome trip to Guatemala and made an ABC book of everything that she saw in Guatemala. Guatemala is a country in Central America, and most of the kids are really fond about it. This is about a book about people and places in Guatemala. Here's a map of Guatemala and the places and regions that we are located there. See over here, it says Guatemala in the green part, and it's located on the map right here in Central America. A is for art, and it's made by the ancient Maya Native Americans that lived there many years ago. B is for bus. Look at these buses. They don't look like your yellow buses. They look more colorful. And this is what we use in Guatemala to move from place to place. It's considered a transportation. One of the things that I love in this book, and I drink it every day, is C for coffee. See, every country grows their own coffee beans, and these are the beans that grow on the plant, and you take them off the plant and you make coffee beans. You grind it, and then you make coffee that goes in your pot or in your coffee maker, or like what we have now, a Keurig or a machine where the little cup has it, and you just make it with water, and that is it. D is for the Day of the Dead. And the Day of the Dead is not only celebrated in Guatemala, but also in Mexico. Have you ever seen the movie Coco? If you've seen the movie Coco, then you knew what we're talking about. So, have an opportunity to learn about this culture and learn about what they celebrate. E is for ethnicity. And that is very important, boys and girls, not only in Guatemala, but everywhere. Guatemalans come from many ethnicities. People from the largest ethnic group called Ladinos or Mestizos are a mix of Spanish and Indian background. And that's what ethnicity is about. It's a mix of cultures, people. F happens to be the flag. And the flag of Guatemala is like this light sky blue, white, and light sky blue. In the middle, you're going to see this bird. This bird is also in our alphabet, and this bird is called Quetzal. Quetzal, and it starts with a Q. G obviously has to be the capital of Guatemala, Guatemala City. So Guatemala City looks like something like this, and a city has tall buildings, and it has places to eat, schools to go to, places to buy things, and people that live there. H is for Holy Week. Now, lots of Guatemalans love to celebrate their religion, and most of them celebrate Catholic religion, and this is what they do on the Holy Week. They decorate the streets with colors that come from the flowers. They dressed in purple, you see, and one of them happens to be the one that carries the cross of Jesus. So, if you are Catholic and you're from Guatemala, you might celebrate that over here or over there. I is for ice cream, and who doesn't love ice cream? Ice creams of different flavors. Imagine the flavors that they make over there. J is for jade. Jade is not just what you see here. The single most prized material from ancient Maya artists was jade. And jade is a jewel. It's like diamonds, rubies, sapphires. Well, jade is a type of jewelry. K is Kanich Ahau. And L is Lake Atitlan. And Atitlan is a place where you see that mountain, you see the lake here. You might be interested in going on a boat and look and discover what's beautiful about this country of Guatemala. Here's M for the Maya civilization. Look at this tall structure. It's so huge that even people try to go up here, up the steps. This is where some of their religion was celebrated. N is for Nahual. And it's what you see behind the people. You see, it's like an animal in a spirit mode. Each one, they say, is carried by the human being. So some of these people carry it, and they don't even know that they have that kind of animal. And it's something that you'll learn a little bit more when we go into the Chinese New Year. You'll learn about different animals and learn that you were born in a certain animal year. But right now, this is something basic that they do in Guatemala. A flower that really accentuates beauty is O for orchid. Orchid is one of the flowers in Guatemala that is also recognized as part of their country and representation. P is for peace. People want peace in Guatemala. They want to have happiness. They want to have joy. They want to progress. And they want to do it in peace. In Spanish, we call it paz. And I told you the Q was for the bird called quetzal. And quetzal is this beautiful, tiny little bird with a long tail curled up. R is for the rainforest. Guatemala has a rainforest, which means it has lots of animals that live there. S is for their favorite sport, soccer. If you have ever played soccer, this is a game that you can join in Guatemala to play. There's something that they make in Guatemala that they love to eat, and it's called tortilla. You see the lady making it with her hands? She makes this with her hands, and it's made out of a special ingredient of flour and made with their hands. Interesting, right? U is for unity, and unity begins by just sharing with other people what you have. Giving and taking. Look at the beautiful fruits and vegetables that they sell here in unity. Well, Guatemala has mountains, and some of those mountains have volcanoes. So if you see a smoke coming from the top of the mountain, you are actually close to a volcano that either is going to erupt or has already erupted. W is for one of my favorite things that I've seen from Guatemala. Weaving. Weaving. Do you know that these people take flower petals, make them into colors, and dye that color into the colors they see in their weaving? They love to do clothing. It could be dressing the bed. It could be a shirt. It could be a dress. And they all make it with their beautiful hands. X, it's for selahu. Selahu is this big instrument big instrument that they have that looks like a xylophone. It's not a xylophone. It's bigger than a xylophone. Y is for something they eat, which is called yuca. Yuca. And Z is zacapa. Zacapa is all of this that you see here, which is a dessert like the ones in eastern Guatemala that's known for their sandia, which is watermelons, and tamarind fruit. So the tamarind is this one, the brown one, and the sandia is this watermelon one. And that's how they make zacapa. Wow. We've learned a lot about Guatemala through ABC. What do you think you will learn in the next country? I don't know, but I'll tell you this. Smart is not something you are. Smart is something you get.